Welcome to the Game Time Show here from our studios at East Legon, where we talk everything sports. And guess what? Football is back. The Premier League is about to kick off with all the jaw-dropping signings, the goals, the drama, and everything that has to do with the VAR issues will all be discussed here on the show. But before we do that, I would like to introduce my guest. And from my immediate right is Aki, the citizen. How are you doing, Aki?
I'm fine, thank you. Thank you for having me on the show.
Right. Glad to see you as well. And how is Pep also doing? Do you think he's learning, he's relearning, or he's the old-fashioned coach?
Well, we all know Pep is stubborn, but let's give him the benefit of the doubt. It's a new season, and then signings have been made, so hopefully, it would translate to results.
All right. Thank you very much. To my extreme right, left, sorry, is Isaac, the AC Milan fan. How are you doing, Isaac?
Doing well. How about you, Sam?
I'm doing very great. And how is the transfer season going?
Um, Not the best, but we can't complain since there are financial constraints and we are rebuilding. So we look forward to the serious season.
I guess we are all expectant to see how you guys will be doing for this season. Looking at how your transfer season has gone, you are either signing old players or average players. But hopefully, I think you guys will pick up along the season.
We will.
So we are currently going to look at the preview for the game for the first week. But before that, I would like us to look at the overview of how the transfer season has been, especially with the top six clubs in England. Aki, I don't know how you want to start, either from Man City or any team of your choice. How you think they fared in this transfer window?
No, I think Liverpool have been doing some great business, and they've been very busy in this transfer windows. And by the look of things and then speculations, I don't think they are done yet. I think they are still out there looking for a top striker in Isak. Personally, as a City fan, I pray that deal doesn't come from. Well, I don't think it's going to be good for the EPL. So,
But I think I think
United
I think
team,
Pep has been dominating for a while now. It doesn't hurt if Liverpool tries, even though I know they will not get there for the second period because the Arsenals are taking over. But looking at the signings that they've had for the past few weeks, I think they are good enough to battle for the Champions League as well as the League Cup as well. So let's see how it goes. But who do you think has been your top signing for the EPL this season?
I think so far, Man City, though it's not because I'm a City fan, but then City have made some great signings, but it's because of the price tags of these players. So people aren't really paying much attention to them. When you look at the likes of Ryan Shecky and all that, City got him for I think somewhere 25 million, and there is somebody who is very underrated, but then it's a top talent. So I'm very happy for the upcoming season.
As a Ghanaian, looking at Kudu's move from West Ham to Tottenham, do you think it's a good deal, or he should have stayed at West Ham to keep on plying his trade?
Well, Spurs is definitely an upgrade from West Ham. So, we are all happy about it and excited. We pray that, whatever purpose for which they've signed him for, he would live up to it. But I think, as it stands now, there's a lot of expectation that is expected of him going into the next season. So,
I truly do have a lot of expectations as well, and I'm looking forward to a very competitive league. Everyone is signing, except for the middle table and then the new entrant. But I'm hopeful that before the league starts, they might also get into some transfer rumors. Isaac, I want to also get your take on the transfer how it has been for you, especially with the top six clubs. Do you think there's a bit of competition, or do you think it's just the normal top six kind of signing that is happening? Has anyone met your expectation? Do you think some people have done beyond their strength?
I think, for me, I think generally clubs sign to solve problems. So, looking at the transfers, there are some clubs that I think sign players to solve problems. There are other ones that, even with the beginning of the season, still have some problems pertaining or still going on. Basically, when you take a club like Liverpool, they lost Trent, replaced him with Jeremy Frimpong. both of them are going forward. Um, However, I think that Trent may need a little bit better defensively. But Milos Kekes also same thing. Going forward is very great. It's defensively is good. We saw them against Crystal Palace. It's quite okay. I think they have also solved their problem. They had a problem. They didn't have a problem with goal scoring. What they have done with this transfer and the proposed sign of Isaac is that they will be spreading goal scoring responsibilities across the board, so that it won't be just Salah that will have the goal scoring responsibilities. Also, when you take a club like Manchester United with their signings, you can also see that they've also tried solving a problem, which is the goal scoring problem, in bringing Mateus Cunha that scored, I think, 13 goals last season. Brian Mbeumo scoring 20 goals.
But those are subjective though. You don't know if they can replicate
But
those
I'm so, of
scoring
course,
opportunities or
we are here just doing assumptions here. So they are trying to solve a problem. They know they have goal scoring problem, so they have tried scoring. They've brought in Sheshko that also has that ability. It's a potential the
yeah.
ability
So
to
that's
score
the
goals.
Arsenal reject.
Okay, so and I think that they are going for Baleba because they want to add more steel, more bricks and steel into the middle of the park, more legs, more dynamism in the middle of the park. Maybe find a way of clearing someone like Casemiro and then so that they could in their head their preferred middle three will be Baleba, Kobe Mainu, and then Bruno
But the
Fernandes.
Baleba deal is here to be agreed. Do
Yeah,
you
that's
think they
what.
have enough personnel? Looking at what they recruited now, they have enough personnel to face the league, or they still need to strengthen some areas?
Oh, I think they should strengthen some areas there. They should strengthen their goalkeeping.
Onana is a top goalkeeper,
Udana is very erratic. A
so
lot of
you
a lot
prefer
of
Donnarumma or something.
a lot of yes. If they can get Donnarumma, but reports are saying City are almost through with the transfer. If they can get Donnarumma, why not? He's an upgrade on Onana in terms of shot stopping. He's an upgrade on him. So if United can get him, the better for them so that they are solving problems. I have seen the City transfer, um, in as much as I think that yes, they have tried solving some problems that they had in their teams, I still think that we should have gotten a fullback. I am still not convinced with Mateus Nunes as a fullback for the coming season, whether being deputized by Nico O'Reilly or Nico. I am just not convinced about those two. Ryan Ajuri is an upgrade going forward. Defensively, he can do a job there. My biggest problem is they losing their central defensive midfielder. Uh, that's Rodri. So like I think
But he's injured.
first week in October, yes. So it means and clearly Pep does not really have that trust for Nico Gonzalez. Yes, that trust for Nico Gonzalez, and that is how come probably he may start with Gundogan and then Bernardo Silva and the rest. The problem with these guys, as I've always said, is their legs. They don't have that legs when they meet teams that will match them good for good. Overall, I think that, as I said, I think Arsenal majorly had, I think they had two issues that their transfers were supposed to solve.
The striking issue.
Their striking issue and then goal creation issue, which they left to just Saka. I think with
But they are linked to a creative midfielder
yes,
who can also
yes.
support with the goal
So
supply.
if Eze comes in from the way that can do the job, Madueke, we've seen two matches of him. One not knowing what he was doing. The other one was a good
But
outing.
it's preseason, you know.
No, the other one was a good outing. So I guess that if he comes in, they can just do so goal creation. Now they have a genuine goal threat, someone who is going to guarantee them goals. The problem I may have with Arsenal is if they are going to play according to the strength of the some people sign players and they don't play according to the strength. And we saw that in the first preseason against Villarreal. It was clear that he was just roving around, and when the quick passes should have gone, because he capitalizes on space. When the quick passes should have gone, people were interested in turning and doing other things. I think Bilbao,
But you agree with me, they are trying to adjust to that system because if we have to go into a new system because we have new entrant, it means that all the players need to adjust and it will not take a game or two. We have to play together for like 2, 3, 4 more. I'm sure they are going to have another close doors game to really test their formation, given that they have the like of Bucharest, who is more likely to be playing like an arrowhead
okay, so
in the squad.
I see. I always say this, and I always subscribe to what a lot of some well-known pundits have said. Okay, fine. There are some games that when you play, there are some things that changes that will mean that you have to do structural changes. There are some basic changes that as a footballer, with a normal and an average footballer at you don't need a coach to tell you that, okay, now you have an arrowhead. You have an arrowhead in there. So instead of doing a lot of these passes, the guy thrives on space. So when you get the ball, lift your head and see his movement. Instead of going left, right. These things you don't need anybody to tell you that this is what is going to happen. You know who you have brought. You know that okay, this is who the person you have. It's different if let's say you're always playing route one and then you say okay, let's change and play a short passing game. You can still play the game, but the fact is that transitions will have to be faster. And so instead of looking always to Saka, now know that you have an arrowhead that you can lay the passes to. That's why you don't need to play with him for a long time to know.
But I can gladly say that um, Ateta would have preferred Sesko if you look at the whole transfer scenario, because Sesko is more involving in the play, leading into the attack, compared to how Bucharest is actually playing currently. He is more like a Haaland kind of player compared to Sesko. So, for which reason, I'm sure, like we all agree, the team will have to adjust to the formation now
But
and not play like we have bought a Sesko or we are still playing with Havertz or maybe Jesus in the squad.
because what they are playing rather, if I think okay, so what I think about the Cisco move is that yes, Cisco would fit into what Ateta plays, but it would be like just playing.
There wouldn't have been much changes.
It would have
in
been
tactics.
like playing with Kai Havertz.
Yeah,
No, when
yeah.
I say Kai Havertz, I mean goal returns. It would have been like Kai Havertz playing the ball.
As in when Sesko is playing.
Yes,
Wait.
yes. Goal returns because he scored 13 goals last season.
But we can't
Kai
always
Havertz scored like 10
but we can't
goals.
always judge them based on. Of course,
No, but that
I mean,
Sesko is coming in with the numbers, and we know he can hit the ground running. If not, worst case scenario, if he doesn't reproduce what he did at Sporting, he's likely to produce almost close to.
That's
But
obvious.
if you look at Sesko, he can either go above or still fall below what
But
he did
what I'm
at
saying is that
his previous club.
you have a goal scoring problem. You have two strikers that have been presented to you. Your highest goal scoring person last season, I think, should have been Havertz or something.
Yeah, but it was a single digit. I think 9 goals or so.
And there. Sesko scored 13 goals playing as an out and out striker every time.
But mind you, Havertz also got injured along the way.
That's what I'm saying.
So that's credit to Havertz.
That's what I'm saying. That
We're missing a lot of games.
if you have someone who is going to play like Havertz and has a goal return like Havertz,
Then
you
there's
might
no
as
even
well
the
go
same
for
person.
Joshua, who is genuinely good, who has genuinely shown that he can give you 20 plus goals. What you need is goals.
Yeah.
You don't need
But,
build up.
I think Arteta was actually looking at the long term, not really solving immediate issues. It's more like a project signing. If we had gone in for Sesko, but of course, I don't think signing Bucharest was actually a bad deal. But actually, let me come back to you. If we can actually come with your top four predictions, given the preseason that has taken place and the signings, who do you think will be or will make the cut for the top four? Which teams?
Well, I think lots of pundits out there, top pundits, even Sky Sports and all that, have predicted Liverpool to win the league. I don't know what they have
Again?
seen. Yes,
Okay.
I don't know what they have seen, but then I think um, what Crystal Palace has shown us over the weekend, I mean, in regards to the community shield match, means that these teams are not unbeatable. Like you can beat them. So as a result, I'm rooting for my team, City. So I
Okay,
think
so the top four. So City will win the league,
City will win the league.
followed by,
Liverpool,
and then
Arsenal, and then Chelsea.
in Chelsea. Okay, so
That's my
Isaac, how would you arrange the top four come the end of the season, 2025, 2026 season?
I think Liverpool is in pole position to retain their title. I think followed by Arsenal. I haven't seen a lot of Arsenal. So I think when the matters smooth and the color doesn't come in, but
Are you judging them based on their past seasons,
of
or you think
course,
you are looking at them currently?
I'm looking at them currently. So Arsenal, I'm thinking will come a close second, followed by I think City and then Chelsea. I think it's going to be a very difficult season, and I think this is the season that Pep has to reinvent himself. If he's going to play whatever he was playing last season,
That was what I was asking Ellen.
with that plenty passes, really, what position is what he will do? Because now people are strengthening.
They've not really done a lot of signings to
Bro,
City.
no, City has done
Well, we
something.
have.
No, but if you look at their attacking sense, not looking at Mamouche and Co, we are looking at after the season, who have they actually brought on?
No, funny. The interesting thing is that their deals, their strengthening has been attacking minded strengthening, not even defensive strengthening. They are strengthened right from Tiani Reinders because they won't play they won't play Tiani Reinders as a number 6. He most probably play as an 8. Have license to fall back to do those late runs. Ryan Shecky is the same thing. License to do other things. So most I think that offensively, maybe you are talking about the striking position. I think that they have covered it up. Haaland, if Rodrigo comes, we live to see there's Foden will come in. We live to see how Rodrigo come. Generally, I feel that Rodrigo maybe I may be judging also based on something I've always uh, criticized. That's just stats, but I don't think it's $100 million player.
So your top four, if you repeat that again,
My top four will be
City.
Liverpool, Arsenal, City, Chelsea. But so Chelsea will cause problems for the guys.
I still believe with the kind of signings Arsenal have done, I think this time around they'll get a step more closer and they'll cross the line as well and get the trophy to the Gunners. You can disagree, but I think that is my opinion as well. So let's go straight into the preview for the first day week. We're looking at especially the top two highlights of the week's game. You're looking at Arsenal or Man U, Arsenal, and then Liverpool, Bournemouth. So we'll take on from the Liverpool Bournemouth game, which I think is not going to be an easy game for both the two of them. But looking at the kind of signings Liverpool has come out with, Bournemouth on the other hand, I think they've lost almost their
lost
back four.
3 of their center backs.
Yeah,
Like
including Kepa, who has moved to Arsenal.
Exactly.
They lost Dean Henderson, I think Kekes, and
Yeah.
one guy who moved to Paris Saint Germain. But for Liverpool, I know they've done a lot of signings. I don't know what your take is, Elon, on this Liverpool Bournemouth game,
well,
which is the first game for the first week. I think this is the second time this has happened where defending champion has to play the first game. The first time it happened around 2012 and 2013. That was City against Southampton. I think he won that game by 3 goals to But now it's a turn for Liverpool to take on that mantle and open up the EPL fixture. So I don't know what your takes will be on the Liverpool Bournemouth game.
Well, on paper and on field, I don't see a big match here. This is going to be like a walk in the park for Liverpool. I mean, Bournemouth have shown this season in this transfer window that they are not serious. They're just in for business. And I feel bad for Semenyo. I mean,
He renewed.
he
I
just
don't know.
renewed his contract. And
Well, I don't. I think if he had known earlier, I'm not sure he would have turned down that contract for that period.
Yeah.
It's about 5 years.
yeah, I should think
Yeah.
so. I mean, a team who wants to win trophies would not lose players and not replace them. People are still busy out there searching for players to fill certain positions, even when they have people who can play in those positions. And they have lost like what, four of their defensive players who helped them sometime last season. And then I don't see this as a tough game. I think Liverpool is going to win this match, if not by a goal margin of 4 or 3.
You think it's a walkover?
Yeah.
We saw them against Crystal Palace. We were all predicting a showdown for Liverpool,
Yeah.
but it ended up that Crystal Palace took away the Community Shield trophy. I'm sure it
Well,
was
I
a
wasn't really
surprise.
surprised. I wasn't really surprised because Crystal Palace, I mean, the later part of the season, they've shown signs. If you've really been following the team, the setup play, the play arrangement, movement, and all that, you notice that no, there's a system that these players are playing on, and then if they should get the right players, some right players for some various positions, trust me, they'll be deadly this season. So even this season, for instance, I think Crystal Palace is going to be a problem. They
Right.
might be very quiet in the transfer window, but
They also cause for
they
problems.
also cause problems.
All right. Isaac, I don't know what your take would be on this Liverpool Bournemouth game.
I think that
You think it's a walkover, like Aki said?
it's going to be a tough match because you don't know which Bournemouth is going to come in. Of course, I think we are all underestimating them and listening to Aki. I think he feels that they should be they are signing, but it's not like they are not serious. They are signing because
They are signing.
yes,
Who are signing?
I think they signed the guy. You see, the thing with
For
Bournemouth.
Bournemouth, no. But if you look at the
No.
average player they are
No, no,
signing
no.
compared to what Liverpool has brought in.
No, so
I'm not sure.
what I'm saying is that so if let's say the Bournemouth getting into Europe or Bournemouth doing what they did last year, it's an overachievement, right?
But I don't think they can replicate that this
So
season.
that is what I'm saying that you don't expect them to replicate it. It is the expectation to replicate it that will make you think that oh they are not serious.
So what do you think will make a good season for them?
A good season for them will be a top 10.
Which I doubt.
A top 10 finish will be a good season for them. Because see, the fact is that you have to know some of these things. And in trying to tell them that, oh, you have to compete because like, they'll be punching above their weight. Do you get it? That is it. They'll be punching above their weight. And if you don't take care and you want to do that, you will just rebel yourself with debts and other big players that will come and you have issues. They have a good squad. I think they have maintained. Clivet is still there. Evan Nelson is still there. They have some of their guys.
But remember, they've lost the entire back line of their
Yes,
squad.
they can replace them easily.
And they are yet to play together to get used to.
Oh, they will replace
There are no signs of replacement.
That's what I'm saying. That there are no signs of replacement because you are judging them based on whatever they did last season. You get it.
Mhm.
So you expect that maybe as the Noisen went, should have replaced him with a Gay or something. But that is not the club's philosophy. I'm sure the club's philosophy is just top 10 or probably top 10 finish or top half finish. So they don't really have to get a Magay. And mind you, when the Horizon was coming, we all didn't know. Of course, people, if you have watched the
Now,
Serie
if you look at
A,
the prospects,
no, if you have
you
watched the
know-
Serie A, that you know about it. But we lost Kekes and other people. We didn't know if Nelson will come and do what he's doing. So people can come and just get whatever they have to do. They can also replicate whatever the guys have done. So I think that it should be good. But I believe Liverpool will have more than
It's a
enough.
walk.
Not
All
to
right.
work, it will be a tricky fixture, but they have more than enough to win that game.
I just hope the scenario of Crystal and Liverpool will not recur again. Let's just hope it will be a walkover like we are all predicting. And the other pick, which is my pick of the week, is the Man United Arsenal game. If you look at the two clubs, I think they've all signed top strikers. And interestingly, they've all bought their second choice strikers. If you look at Arsenal, Arsenal would have preferred Sesko, like I said, but they ended up buying Bucharest. Amorim, I know very well he would have also preferred Bucharest, but he also ended up buying Sesko. By all this, I think Sesko and comparing the two of them, Bucharest actually stand tall among the two. And I'm looking at a narrow win for Arsenal. I'm not being biased, but I think in the past there has been a tough fixture. We are definitely going to run away with the point. I don't know what you think, Elo.
Well, these such fixtures are not about form, are not form related.
Of course.
We've seen situations where teams that are in form, I mean, when they face oppositions as such, with regards to United facing Arsenal, and United it's a tricky fixture because United is also playing at home, and then both teams are coming into this game with lots of expectations. As we said, there have been massive signings on both sides, so the expectation is high. The fans expect that, I mean, a quick get off from both sides. So it's going to be a dicey game. I'm predicting a draw. Just because United is playing at home, I'm predicting a draw. Yeah. And then I go for Benjamin Sesko and Sosbris. So
I know definitely the celebration will come on, and we will all, as the haters are looking forward for him to flop. I'm sure he will prove them wrong. I don't
well,
know your take, Isaac, on this very fixture. Mind you,
I think
Arsenal
it's going to be a difficult fixture.
for who? For
No,
both teams,
it's
or
going
you
to be
think one?
difficult for both. No, it's not going to be a walk in the park. It's going to be a difficult one. It's going to be one that probably individual brilliance will win it for someone. It's going to be a close call. I don't know about Gabriel. If Gabriel Magalhaes
He
is
played in the Atletico
is
Bilbao
fit,
game. Yeah.
okay.
if he's fit, it's going to be very very difficult because I believe that he will be the Arsenal defense will be facing a type of front three that they've not really faced in a man
No, but I don't
in
think
the United
I don't
game.
think United will be playing both Sesko, Mbuemo, and then Cunha at the same time.
They
Now,
can't
I think they would want to kick off with that.
they can't and
I mean,
they can't play with
I mean,
that.
that's why they bought them.
I don't know why they can't. They can play with that one.
Yeah.
They can play with them. So you can have because the same with these guys are that they are not stagnant people. They roam about and they have quality of work. See the thing that makes Hoyland, Rasmus Hoyland very easy to normally manage. It is just his quality of work. He doesn't know how to do more. But if you have an Mbeumo that has
But Mbuemo has already played. No goals yet, right?
And Cunha as well.
Yeah. So they played more than 180 minutes.
Yeah.
They have not scored any goal yet. Together, I think.
yes, no problem. Maybe it is when they are coming.
So they will unleash their goal prowess
Oh
on Arsenal.
yes, I remember last 2 seasons when we watched the Community Shield between Liverpool and Liverpool.
Haaland with
People who just wrote
Haaland off.
Haaland off.
Yeah, yeah,
The
that's
Shed Nunes was going to be it.
yeah.
You saw what happened.
Yeah.
You get it. So it's just that way. People just watch a lot of things and people have when they are going to hit their ground running. So I think it's going to be a very difficult thing. I don't know who the United centre backs are going to be like.
I think Lenny Euro is back
So
from injury.
if it's going to be,
And
that's what I'm saying is that Euro and whoever it is it's not
Martinez
going,
is also fit, right?
it's not going to
Oh, yeah.
it's not going to
Okay.
play against someone like it's not going to play against your normal Arsenal with attack. Now the attack has a purpose. who is physical,
Hopefully, Eze before we kick.
who is physical, who will go through all those fights with you, who can, if you make a mistake, he runs behind you, takes the ball. It's going to be a very, very interesting game. What I see is that there will be defensive errors, and that is where the goals.
All right. So your take would be a drawn game, or you think Arsenal will have an edge over United, or United will take carry the day?
I believe it will be a draw game.
So we both are going in for a draw, except for me.
Yes.
Okay. I just hope it's not a biased prediction from me and not sentimental. But I believe in the squad that we have now playing against United. So can you take any of the other fixtures,
Yes. So
and then we can move on to Elo?
yeah. So I feel game week one has very interesting fixtures. So Aston Villa Newcastle is going to be a very, very interesting game.
Aston Villa Newcastle.
Yes, very interesting game. But we saw what both teams did last season.
I think Newcastle,
But both
Aston
teams,
Villa was scored Newcastle, I think 4-1.
yes, but last season both of them did well, played good football. Problem is that both of them losses, have losses out of their teams. So if you take
I think Aston Villa has a lot of
losing their goalkeeper, I think they are also
He's back.
Martinez.
He featured in their
Martinez
previous.
is
Yeah.
back. Okay, I don't know because he wanted
The
to
match
move.
against Villarreal.
Okay, he wanted to move, and so if he doesn't move,
I think they are not offense. It was this.
So I think Jacob
Yeah.
Ramsey has been sold to Newcastle.
But
Rashford has left. Asensio has moved.
But those guys, Asensio wasn't any was just
No, but he was playing.
no, yeah, no, but
Yeah.
he was a bench player coming on. So I think this is a very interesting match that I think that Newcastle will win. Brighton, Fulham.
So away win. You think away win
Yeah,
for?
away win for Newcastle. Brighton, Fulham will be a very, very interesting game. Waiting to see what Brighton will do again. I think Baleba has a knee injury, so we'll miss that game. That's if United haven't wrapped it up yet. Fulham, I think, also have a decent run of very, very interesting matches here. Like very interesting match. I said Brighton to win the game. Nottingham Forest, I think that I think they've made some few additions here and there. They've also lost Elanga against the Brentford side that is coming off where losing Brian Mbeumo and could potentially be without Wissam for that game. Losing also their captain Morgan. So probably I see a Nottingham Forest win, but Nottingham Forest have made some. Sunderland West Ham is what I kind of want to see. Sunderland has made, I think, almost 10 signings, fresh coming in. West Ham has.
This is characteristic of more of the
Yes,
new
but
entrant.
yes, but they have experience in their ranks. West Ham have been just shambolic. They've been just shambolic.
You think the loss of Kudus plays a role?
Looking at last season, Kudus really didn't come to that. So, but they have been when he's been there, they have been shambolic. And the escape route for Kudus was that the whole team was not winning. But there are teams that have not shown, and there are players that have come out. There are teams that have gone to relegation. You can see that this guy has gone. Only in the season that I think West Ham almost went to relegation. I think during the Ferguson era, you could see that Tevez was a standout. So I thought that Kudus had a very he had a poor season. He had a poor season. Yes, he's made a move. So I think Sunderland West Ham is something I want to watch. I think that I haven't watched Sunderland again. Of course, they lost Joe Bellingham and one other midfielder. But I don't know how.
Is that where Jaka is?
Yeah, where Shaka will how Shaka will fit into the team and play for them. I think they can punch above the weight and win against West Ham. And the Spurs versus the Burnley game. Um, I think that Burnley have made some additions.
I'm not sure
Yeah,
if
Burnley have made
he's
some additions.
actively in the market.
Kyle Walker.
They've made Kyle Walker, they've signed Amanda Broha. Yes, they've lost transfer, but they've signed Amanda Broha. I think they've added some one or two or three people in there.
But Spurs, on the other hand, lost Song and then
Spurs
Kulusevski
have lost some. Klosowski, I think, has an
and Madison
no.
also.
Madison has an
ACL, yeah.
injury. But coming on for me, what they do on Wednesday when they play the Super Cup, if they're able to pull an upset against PSG, then they will be very dangerous because that would mean that they will play a very high octane match on Wednesday, and in their game week one, they will be sharper than Burnley, who have probably just been playing some friendly games. Manchester City and Wolves. I think that Wolves have made some additions. The one I want to see is what's his name? And they have this Wesley guy that they have got. But the one I really want to see is the Palmeiras attacker.
Mhm.
No, not Palmeiras. The Palmeiras. City played against Palmeiras in the Club Attack.
Yeah, they did.
When
I
he
think,
won.
yeah. I think they did.
No, so he's called Arias.
Yeah,
So they signed Arias. So I just want to see how Arias is going to do. City have the experience, have everything they can win it, but believe City to make that match a very difficult match. So, but I think City will win. They have a lot of people fit. I think it's
They love De
maybe
Bruyne.
yes. I think but the Grinder last season for the last two seasons has been a pale shadow of it.
And I think
So
this they are new
they have
young.
Ryan Shecky.
Yes, and then this guy
Oscar
who is
Bob is coming
looking at
back.
Savinho.
Yeah, Savio.
Yeah.
Savino is not done yet, but Oscar Bob is coming back. I think they have more than enough to go over moves.
All
Chelsea
right,
Crystal Palace will be a very
that's a London derby.
it's very difficult
I know
because
Chelsea are all over the place, and they are thinking of going to the fourth planet, which is Mars, to go and compete there because they feel they are on top of everyone else in terms of football. But let's see how this game pans out. I'm also looking at Crystal Palace.
yeah.
A tough game is either it's going to be a drawn game, or I'm sure
No,
Crystal
but
Palace will
I
have an
think
edge over them.
Chelsea will be
All right, so
Looking at
that's
the
the
material
prediction.
they have, I think Chelsea should.
Chelsea will be.
All right, so Elam, can you look at any other two fixtures that you think might be interesting? I know, of course, City will interest you the most, and then you can add another fixture.
Okay, yeah, I mean, just as you rightfully said, I think the City and Wolves game would be a nice game to watch. So I would encourage you all to watch it. Just watch good football. I think Pep football should be back, and hopefully you will get a win. And I mean, we've not really had a good preseason. We are yet to set up the team, but I pray that the first few matches for us would set us up and then get us to gear. And
All
then
right.
I think, Mr. Kunsin has already, touched on all
But
these
you can
features.
talk
So,
about Leeds Everton.
well, I think Leeds Everton, that's not a match I would want to watch. I mean, but then,
They are the new entrant.
I mean,
and I'm
I
not
think
seeing them.
Everton. Okay, well, my boy has moved there. Jack Grealish, super. So he'll go and retain more of the balls for them.
I don't know, Super, you think in the capacity as an Everton player or Super as in the capacity of a City player?
I mean, we've watched Jack Grealish in a team like Aston Villa, where there's less pressure.
So you think
So
he,
I
he,
think
he underperformed because of pressure
I should think so. And then the price
or
tag.
because of lack of belief from his manager, which is Pep?
I mean, there was belief. I mean, Pep has always said that he likes his style of play. He likes him. Pep has always supported him. But I mean, it just didn't work as expected.
Right.
So I think it should be a good game. But Everton will probably come out with a win.
All right. So I think all too soon we'll come to a close of this review show. This is just a game week one. We are promising our viewers that we'll come back with the game week two as well. I would like to thank you, Elon, and thank you, Isaac, for coming on to the show. And thank you, the viewers, for also standing tuned and watching this game throughout the whole period. We are promising you for another exciting week two game. And we only want to plead with you Don't forget to share the link, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and help us grow. And we'll be back next time to give you more exciting pictures. Thank you and bye bye.